I want to be a little more man. Though you can be a zone blitz guy, but if you're that riverboat gambler guy, you're good in getting up in their face, pressing them, because you're bringing the heat, and you're going to make that ball come out fast, and so you don't have to cover for long. So you may be more of a man guy. If you see a lot of pass, you may want to be in more man coverage. I love man coverage for the pass. I just think cover one is the best, short of two-man, which I don't see enough use of two-man for me to teach it. And so at 7-on-7, I'm not going to run two-man. I'm going to run cover one because we're going to run a ton of it, and I like it as a run-stopping coverage as well. But if you see nothing but run, if you're coaching 8-year-olds and everybody's running the ball, you're going to run zone. You're on cover three. Cover three is the best run-stopping coverage that there is. Period. Just it. Other than not putting anybody back there, I guess. You know, everybody's eyes are on the quarterback. So you got to make this decision. You want to be man or zone. It's probably somewhere half between man and zone. Is you want to be a quarters team, which is going to be your pattern match, your robber, quarters, your two read, all that kind of stuff. I just use quarters as an overlapping word for it because I don't get into two read, palms, and all this sort of stuff. To me, it's all basically the same. Okay. I'm not into overcomplicated stuff. You decide if you want to be one high or two high safety. Again, if you're seeing nothing but run, you're going to be in a cover three, one high safety. I love cover one. I like to play man coverage, but I think that being in a one high with man coverage gives me a pretty good run stopping front. I've got a free safety who is unchained. He's a run player. I'm never going to get mad at him for going forward. His job is not to pick the ball off and play center field. His job is to run the alley. That's how I like cover one. And if you're going to be playing the run but seeing a lot of pass, want to keep it simple, cover one's great for that. All right. See what your needs are, what your defensive needs are, what your strengths are. You've got to evaluate your personnel. You've got to evaluate who you're playing against, how much time you've got. Does your offense take, an hour and a half out of practice and you get 30 minutes? Pattern match quarters is probably not for you in that case. Cover three or cover one is probably for you. If you want to be precise and precision and you're going to see a lot of complex attacks, quarters is a great thing, especially if you're two platoon. I love it. Love it. All right. I've done more quarters. We're in two platoon seasons than we're not. Okay. So these are decisions you have to make. You have to look at the options for you. Then you got to decide you want to roll, you want to show too high and move to it. You want to be moving around. Do you need a monster? Bigfoot, monster truck, right? Best one ever. All the new ones got ads all over them. You can barely tell it's Bigfoot. This one's from like 1982. It's got like a Magic Market little thing on the back. It says Ford somewhere on there, and that's it. That was big old bad Bigfoot. That was a cool one. So you want a monster. Are you going to have a monster back there, one that's going to be floating around for you? Okay. What we play is we play our strong safety as more of a monster hybrid linebacker. Okay. This is what we did this past season. We played more of that guy being rolled up. So I drew it up, rolled up here, but what we would probably start out in, okay, is we would have our free safety here. That one yellow pen keeps on coming back. I have to switch that option. My free safety would start out here. My strong safety starts out here. We've got the ability to roll either way or move them around, or to line up my strong safety in a number of different spots pre-snap, but I can pre-snap roll it as late as possible. You got to scout to get the coverage, okay? And that way you've got your force player, okay? We're running aim here, okay? This is aim 3. This is aim 3. If you need to put a tag on it, we call that Sam. We don't call our Sam, we call him Stud. If you saw him, you'd know why. He don't know what he's doing. He has no clue. I don't think he ever played football before. He's never been in a weight room before. But there's a reason we called him Stud. It was legit. I played little kids there too. We called him Stud. Makes him feel good. All right. So we can do that monster. Monster, I can line up that strong safety anywhere I want. Okay. Here I can go monster weak. And I'm just this way. What I like about the monster is most of the time I've got one guy that's my force guy. Okay. He's always the force guy there. Now Sam is my force guy. Okay. Umbrella. Alley. And again, what I would do is just tag numbers. This might be a 2, over here is a 1, 2, or you can make calls for him. You just give a little separate call for where your monster is going to be. So many options, so many things that you can do. Here's a quarters lineman versus slot. Okay, this is quarters. Again, you guys want me to give you a cookie cutter 60 minutes, here's how to coach football. It's not it. Okay, we've got a 5.5 hour course on how to coach the 3-4 defense, and it's growing. It's getting bigger than that. Okay, force. All right, And again, I ran aim in every single one of these. Force, okay? Free safety is a free runner a lot of times in this situation. Outside leverage here. My free safety is able to free run. All right, a little more TCU type with the outside leverage, strong safety. I like the outside leverage, strong safety. I started playing him tighter later in the season. I usually play him 5 yards off of the guy, and since most of these are slots that are back off the ball, you know, he's closer to the line. But I like him to be 5 yards off of that guy, but they started to hold so daggone much. I had to have him up there to beat the block immediately. And that's quarters. And again, how do you play your quarters coverage? That's up to you. You know, we're two read for the most part. Would be a two read type of deal. What we call read coverage is how I want to play quarters. I don't do as much different stuff with quarters as we used to. So I mean, that's the basis of 3-4. What I'm telling you is that there's a million different things that you can do. You gotta fit it and mold it to the people that you're going to be seeing, the people that you're going to be playing. And you've got to mold it to the people that you've got. Mold it to your schedule, your coaches, your players. Okay, so you go in there and you look at it again. 4-0-4 across the front, slanting those guys so they can be tail whippers, so they don't sit around and try to figure out what to do. And then I've got different coverages or different fronts I can play them in to make them hard to find. I can slant them around. I like my linebackers to be solid. I like them to be in one spot so that they can read, they can run. Okay, these things, let your linebackers be consistent and let your defensive linemen cut loose a little bit. These are things that will make your defense a little more consistent, but a little more aggressive with it because they're not thinking about it. Those 5 guys, they're run players. Man, I don't ever get on a linebacker about pass drop. He's got a pass drop. We teach a pass drop, but I don't ever get on a linebacker, an inside linebacker about his pass drop. Yeah, because if he makes 20 tackles on B gap to B gap, or C gap to C gap, then we're having a party. Well, no matter what. If they beat us on throwing over the linebacker, then I don't know what to say. So you got to pick a coverage. You want to be cover 3 and cover 1. You want to be quarters. You want to be cover 2. Whatever you want to be, you got to decide what your coverage is going to be. You want to run a monster. You can do all of those things. You just got to decide what fits you. We go through how to decide that in our 3-4 defense e-course. You build out your blitz package. You can be as simple or as complicated as you want. With that blitz package, you can have guys coming from all over the world, or you can just run base one backer blitzes. You can bring 70% of the time and run man coverage or run 3 under 3 deep zone coverages. You can bring just 4. Some guys just bring 3. If it ain't us, because I can tell you that those 3 will never get to that quarterback. They better have some help. Then you decide what your drills are going to be. Okay, what are the drills that your guys need? We go through drill packages, all the drills that you need to run your 3-4 or your 4-2-5. They're all basically the same. The only thing different than 3-4 is teaching the slant more so. We still slant in the 4-2-5. We still slant in 4-3, but we do more slanting So we're slanting the 3-5-3. They're all just philosophy. But other than that, my OLBs are doing the same thing they do in any different front. For those overhang guys, freeze doing the same stuff. We've got a huge library of drills, and then you plug them into your practice. What are these guys? Need to work on. I don't believe in everyday drills anymore. I used to. I've got articles about it. You can read them. You can come back and tell me why did you change your mind. I changed my mind because I don't need the same 5 drills every single day. I need to develop my kids over the course of the year. If we're still running the same drill week 12 that we're running week 1, I don't know what we haven't done. We haven't progressed at all. What happened? So we plan our practices around our progression, around our opponents, around what we need to do. We plug those drills in. We build them small to big. Coach simple so your kids can play fast. Coach the simplest piece. Break it down to the microcosm. Break it down to the tiniest piece and then build. Give him confidence. Let him win. Let him win against the bag. Let him win against air. Let him win against the bag. Let him what makes your football team better. Let's run it. Let's get into it, and let's do it. So 3-4 Defense e-course is available right now on JDFB Insider. It's a 4-module course. Okay, it's a 4-module course. We've got the base run and run fits, going in depth on things like the linebackers, like we talked about, where they're going to fit, how we're going to slant, how we're going to make all these things happen. Okay, in our base run, that's module 1. Module 2 is your coverage package, your options. You want to be cover 3, you want to be cover 1, you want to be quarters. What is it that you're going to do? Module 3 is your blitz package. We go in depth on a boatload of blitzes on how you can design more blitzes if you want, but blitzes that we like, where we like to use them. I'm just not going to draw stuff up on a napkin and say, here's a freaking blitz. Okay, here's why you run it. This isn't a playbook. You get a playbook, but I'm not giving you a playbook. I'm teaching you. We're learning. We're together. Okay, you're asking me questions. I'm going to learn from you while you're running a 3-4. But we're going to talk about how to coach a defense. Why do you run this blitz? Why do you want to do this? This is in depth. This is top level stuff. This isn't some BS playbook that you download and you just got to figure it out yourself. It's not a post somewhere on a forum. Okay, this is an in-depth instruction on the 3-4 defense. Okay, practice planning. How do you put that practice together? How do you put that game plan together? 3-4 defense e-course is available now. The first module is released. We're releasing 1 module each week for the next 3 weeks. We're releasing the last 3 modules. It's exclusive for JDFB insiders. When I sold my e-courses, and there's 6 different courses now that are available, that are only available if you're a subscriber for JDFB insiders. I sold each one for $299. You can get access to all of it right now